excitement.
It's something we look forward to all year.
Being able to hear your name being called is a reward.
It's the beginning of the grind of making it to the World Series.
Punch the time card of postseason, and we have one goal.
Our one goal at the end is to get to OKC.
We want to be in that hot Oklahoma weather.
That atmosphere emulates what softball is.
Back to the track and gone!
We work so hard to play in the tournament and compete for a national championship.
Selection Sunday just means it's about to get started.
Welcome to the NCAA Softball Championship Selection Special, presented by Capital One.
64 teams with one dream to get to Oklahoma City and to hoist that hardware right there. It's the 43rd Road to the Women's College World Series tonight. Thrills and chills, some heartache, some heartbreak. This is such a big day, it ought to be a national holiday. Oh, wait, it is. Shout out to all the moms out there on this Mother's Day as we get set to unveil our bracket. I'm Beth Mowins alongside Hall of Famers, Olympic gold medalists, All-Americans. We got Jessica Mendoza, Amanda Scarborough, Michelle Smith. Holly Rowe is with us as well. We're going to be talking to some of the stars that we're going to see throughout the course of this tournament, and we're going to unveil all the 64 teams in the field. Jess, what are you most excited to see tonight?
Well, I mean, conference realignment, right? The
deal.
Pac-12, not as we know it. Will we see some teams match up in a regional for the first time ever?
I think a lot of people are looking at the SEC and how many SEC teams are going to grab top 8 seeds to have the ability to host a super regional, and then how many are just going to be national seeds, period, Michelle?
Yeah, and I love the fact it's been an offensive year. Yes, saying that as a pitcher,
Yes.
but it's been an offensive year and a lot of parity. So it's going to be exciting to see, does the chalk hold? It's going to be a great postseason.
That's why we put the pitchers who rake on one side and the slugger on the other side. And that's why we've brought Holly Rowe in as well to officiate if need be. But she's got the latest word on how this bracket's going to break down.
Well, Beth, I'm offended. I'm very great at stolen bases, so say something that I can do as well. Here's something that I am not stealing, though. This is a new tournament format this year, a little bit. We've got 31 automatic qualifiers, 33 at large, which is a little bit different from years past. The top 16 seeds get to host a regional. That tips off on May 16th. The top 8 seeds get to host a super regional. You can catch that on May 22nd. And, of course, first pitch at the Women's College World Series in Oklahoma City on May 29th. And this is unofficial, but I'm just saying, anyone with the best reaction at their watch party, I'm going to give you some sort of present. So I want you to bring it. I want dancing. I want great reactions, all of the fun things.
Thank you, Holly, and speed never does sleep. The Clemson Regional, how about the 12 seed? And a big jump up in the RPI to grab a host because they are the champs of the Big 12 regular and postseason. It's Texas Tech. They are staying in Lubbock at Rocky Johnson Field as the 12 seed, their first trip since 2019, led by Maya Davis, Alexa Langoliers, and Nigeri Kennedy. And they open up with the champs of the Ivy League. With a school wins record, it's the Brown Bears. Laurel Moody, 20-game winner Alexis Guevara, their first NCAA since 1997. Welcome back to Brown. That's Friday night. Also, headed to Lubbock, the 2009 national champs, the Washington Huskies, and at-large from the Big Ten, led by freshman Alex DeBoer and 300-hitter Jaden Glad with a lot of power as well. They will open up Friday night on ESPN2. This is a really good opening matchup with the Bulldogs of Mississippi State. 400-hitter Sierra Sacco, 20-game winner Raylan Chafin. And that's a lot of good stuff going on at Texas Tech.
A lot of great stuff going on. Nigeri Kennedy, the reigning player of the year, really just throwing that ball high 70s, just great ability to move the ball around, very complete. How about a whip of .69? And when she's in the circle, you don't need a ton of offense, but they've gotten it from Maya Davis. She's a more complete hitter this year, more power, 5 home runs, 24 stolen bases, and a batting average over 300. So look at this team to be able to score some runs to complete Nyjah.
Well, in Mississippi State saw Nyjah Kennedy in regionals last year when they traveled to Stanford. Sierra Sacco hit a home run off of Nyjah Kennedy, so a little familiarity with the main pitcher in that regional.
Sierra Sacco also hit a foul ball that Scarborough had a little trouble handling the other day. We're not going to revisit that right now. We're going to move on instead to the 13 seed Arizona Wildcats, 8-time national champs, home at Hillenbrand, where you know they hit a lot of home runs. It's the Tucson Regional. They are led by Big 12 Player of the Year Devin Netz, and they will open up Friday night in Tucson against the Broncos of Santa Clara. Welcome to the first-timers.
Yes!
Champions of the West Coast Conference, led by Kara Curran, a 400 hitter with a lot of speed. And that is Santa Clara getting set to take on the Arizona Wildcats. That's Friday night on ESPN+. Who else is going to be in Tucson? The Lopes of Grand Canyon, that's who. Champions of the WAC. They have wins over Washington and Arizona State, and a close loss this year to Arizona, led by one of just 2 500 hitters in the country this year, Savannah Kirk. They go in winners of 23 in a row. And they've got a date with the SEC, the Rebels of Ole Miss, the 9th consecutive trip to the NCAA tournament, led by Bree Lopez, Lexi Brady, and the SEC batting champ, Jaden Hone. All right, Amanda, what do we got? The Arizona Wildcats hosting in Tucson.
Well, I'm glad Jess isn't talking about Arizona because they have two-way players in Devin Netz and Miranda Stoddard who have done big things in the circle and at the plate. Plus, they have Sydney Stewart who has hit 17 home runs. But Devin Netz in the circle, their ace, gets a ball, wants a ball in the big games. She has also hit 17 home runs. And Miranda Stoddard, you guys, has stepped up in the circle this year for the Cats.
Yeah, I'm excited to see Bree Lopez go up against Arizona. I think that's going to be a great matchup.
It's a tough regional, you guys. Holy smokes.
Yeah, and if you move that forward, just saying it might be Arizona and Arkansas if chalk holds. They have some postseason history together in Fayetteville. How about the 14 seed in this year's tournament? We're getting low on who gets to stay home. Only 3 left. One of them will be the Duke Blue Devils. And Duke, there you go. The field of 64. We've got Tricia Ford, coach of the #1 team. We've got the chair of the selection committee, Kirk McGuffin. We got Kennedy, we got Ellis, we got Edenfield, all still to come tonight.
Pickens was so dominant in the circle today.
And the Longhorns win in a walk-off.
When she straps on the face mask, grabs the rosin, there's nobody like Nyjah Kennedy.
Ellis swings away. Deep left field. Her first swing is as grand as it gets.
Welcome to 7 Innings Live, presented by Capital One.
There is the National Championship Trophy as we welcome you into 7 Innings Live, presented by Capital One. We've got another hour of breaking down the bracket, taking a little deeper dive into the field of 64. Now we know who's in, now we know who's hosting Diva Energy. Some of those stars, we've got them right here on set with our All-Americans and our Olympic gold medalists. We're going to break down some big swings that you can enjoy over the course of this NCAA tournament, and the arms that will try and shut them down and sit them down. Coming up, Smitty Scarborough with our top pitchers.
I've got 2 All-American Olympic gold medalist winning pitchers here. Tell me who you're excited about. Amanda, let's start with you.
I don't think you can talk about a game-changing pitcher without going right to Nyjah Kennedy first. She was last year's National Player of the Year, but she would have been Pitcher of the Year as well because of what she did in the circle. But her rise ball is absolutely electric. Look at her ERA. That is not a typo. We didn't forget to put a 1 or a 2 before the .81. She is still this good as a junior when everybody knows that a 70-mile-an-hour rise ball is going to be coming at you when you're in the box. And looking at how The pitch calling has changed. Last year she was at Stanford. This year she was at Texas Tech. Tara Archibald is calling her pitches this year. They're calling more rise balls, Michelle, and also more change-ups. And it's increased her swings and misses. She's been hurt a little bit this year, but I think she's feeling better at the end of the season.
And I feel like the changeup really opens up the ability for her to throw that rise ball even further out of the zone and get more chase on that. So you see that opening up the zone, getting more of the swing and miss, and I think that's one of the keys. I think also super impressive about Nyjah is that her whip is even lower than her ERA. It's a .69. That is like staggering.
Right, and her ERA leads the country. She is so stingy. One of the things I love, she is back hitting more this year. 81 at plate appearances. She hit over 300. These two were pitchers that could rake, and so most of our pitchers also are raking so well. Tell me a little bit about who else you wanted to look at. I think you
seem to have some momentum carrying themselves into the postseason. One of the hot new teams in this year's tournament, of course, and getting seeded 12th. They get to stay at home in Lubbock. Your Big Ten regular season and tournament champs, the Red Raiders of Texas Tech. What you got for us, Holly Rowe?
Well, we are so excited to talk with Nyjah Kennedy. How are you? Long time no see.
I'm good. How are you?
Good to see you. You're coming off a Big 12 championship performance where you pitched a shutout for your team. How important has it been for you? I saw you say that you wanted to come in when you transferred from Stanford, get to Texas Tech, and compete for your team. And you've done that, Nyjah. What does it mean to you to be a champion as you sit here today?
I mean, it's everything. Just to be able to come into a really good team and just be able to win a conference championship. Just it's always been the goal of mine. So I'm happy to finally do it.
You have been so dominant this season. You lead the nation in ERA, but I know you said you didn't want to have to reinvent yourself when you transferred. How have you been able to just sharpen your skills and become a better version of yourself there in Lubbock?
Yeah, I've been working with Coach Tara a lot, and that's been honestly amazing. A big thing for me was, like you said, not trying to reinvent the wheel, but just kind of add on to my game. So I feel like it's been amazing to be able to do that.
I know you got to play a little bit closer to home. You're from Topeka, and you get to be there in the Big 12. Tell us what we don't know about this team. A lot of people know your name because you've gotten Stanford to the World Series. But if people don't know your teammates on Texas Tech, tell us what we need to know about your team.
Yeah, I just feel like we're good, just 1 through 9. Honestly, I think a lot of other players on this team don't get enough credit either. Maya Davis, I feel like she's one of, if not the best center fielder in college softball right now. So I definitely feel like she's going to be one to watch. And Victoria Valdez behind the plate is just outstanding too. And then, of course, we have a lot of new people, but I'm just excited to see just more attention be brought to this team and just people on this team.
You know, you have had Women's College World Series experience. What are you saying to your teammates about the postseason and like, okay, here is what it takes. You've been there, you've done that, and now you can pass down some of that knowledge to your teammates.
Yeah, postseason is the best time to play college softball, and it's always been the goal just to not only play in Oklahoma City, but just to make it to regionals and hopefully super regionals. So honestly, and just try to enjoy it. This has been the goal for so long, so just trying to enjoy it all.
Okay, I have to give you a little bit of love at the plate. You are hitting very well. 81 at bats this year, hitting over 300. What's it been like for you to get back in the batter's box and swing it a little bit, do some damage?
Yeah, it's been fun. I worked with Coach Glasgow a lot this fall and winter, so it's been fun just to get in the box and get some hacks in.
Well, good. And I'm glad you brought up Coach Glasgow. He's one of our favorite people in softball, did such a great job with Louisiana. Now he's at Texas Tech. So shout out Coach Glasgow. Great to talk to you, Nyjah. So great to see what you've been able to accomplish. Champions of the Big 12 for Texas Tech. Congrats and thanks for joining us tonight.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Holly. And Jerry was the coach of the year. Scarborough, you live in the great state of Texas. What's the buzz like right now? I got 3 hosts.
Yeah, let's talk a little bit of the Texas teams. I mean, this is back-to-back years where a team from Texas is the #1 overall seed. Yep. Texas got it last year, but all these 3 teams played each other this year. So Texas Tech played Texas earlier this year. They ended up losing that game, and Tegan Cavan had 18 strikeouts, but A&M played Texas Tech twice. They split. And so I love the fact that these teams played each other in the regular season, although A&M and Texas ended up having to face each other in the SEC tournament. But I just like the competition in this state going at each other.
All right, stick around when we come back.